Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joy with Decor Made with Joy, and we're going to make a bow this week. And this week's bow is going to be a Halloween bow. And I've just pulled off my ribbon shelf some candy corn. I haven't done anything with candy corn this season. And I've got a orange and black harlequin pattern, and the black is kind of sparkly. And then I've got some orange and black smaller ribbon that came with our Decorator Crafts luxury loops box a couple of months back. So stick with me and we'll do a Halloween bow. I decided on one more ribbon. This is a Ferris Silk watercolor in an orange that I decided to make my base because the Ferris Silk, as you know, if you've worked with it, is really a good quality ribbon with a great wire in it. So I'm going to add that. So the first thing we're going to do, as we always do in making a bow, is make sure we have all of our supplies. I have my ribbon scissors here. I have a piece of bind wire cut, and this is what I use, about the length of the bow maker, to attach it to a wreath or a project. And then I have my zip tie, and I have my wire cutters. So we will start out with our 2.5-inch watercolor Ferris Silk, and we are going to make a upper tail with that, about 6 inches there, and we are going to make our first loop. So press it between the dowels of your easy bow maker, press down, turn it away from you so that the bottom is what you see, and decide on the length of your loops. And we're going to start out with a 7-inch loop here. Come back to center, compress down, turn it away from you so that the bottom, the underside is up. And with Ferris Silk, of course, the underside is finished as well as the top. Not all ribbon is like that. Make another 7-inch bow or loop. Come back to center, compress down, and then we're going to have a tail here, and we are going to dovetail this in. Second ribbon we're going in is the RG ribbon. It's in a black and orange, and we are going to go ahead and drop that down in our basket, make a dovetail, and I think we will make some tails out of this one. It's so pretty and vibrant, and we will just cut the length of our bow maker and put that roughly in the center and pull down. Okay, then we are going to make our loops. Make an upper loop or an upper tail, then bring it through the center of the bow maker, compress it down, turn it away from yourself so that the unfinished side is up, and we are going to make some 6-inch loops out of this. Other side, turn it away from you with the bottom up, and then bring it back to 6 inches, measure out your loop, compress down, and let's go ahead and make a second loop on each side. making a second 6-inch loop, and as you notice, I used my previous ribbon, but the bow maker does have a ruler on it where you can measure. Bring it back to the center, turn it away from you, bottom is up, make another 6-inch loop on this right hand side, using my other loop to measure. Bring it back through the center of the dowels, compress down as much as you can, and then decide on a tail. You notice on this extra tail, I made one end the opposite of dovetail, a pointy end, just for visual interest. And that's strictly the designer's choice, how you finish off your ends. All right, now we're going to go in with this fun candy cane. And this is a Celebrate Halloween ribbon that I got at the end of last season. And I just opened it, so I have not used that before. But I think it's really pretty. The little candy canes have some sparkle on them. We like some sparkle. Okay, make us an upper tail. And then bring it back through the center. Turn it away from yourself. Create the loop in whatever size you want. And I'm going to go with 6 inches again. And then the other side. Turn it away from you, another 6 inches. And let's do a second loop on each side. Compressing down so that we don't lose our work. Second 6-inch loop on the right hand side. Bring it back through the dowels, compress down as much as you can with your thumbs, and straighten out the ribbon, and then make a dovetail. Isn't that pretty with the black and the yellow and the couple of colors of orange? That's a pretty ribbon. It's pretty stiff too. Next, we're going back in with another fair silk that came in the luxury loop box from Designer Crafts, and we're going to use it on the top. I like the little scalloped edges on that. That's real neat. And then we're just going to make a couple of, because we want the candy cane to be our star, we're going to make this loop about 4 inches so that we can feature that candy cane. Make a 4-inch loop on the opposite side. We're just going to do one loop of that, and we're going to cut this one on an angle. Take a look at all that and make sure I really like it, and I do. So we're going to take our little piece of bind wire and go on the right hand side of the dowels underneath all of the ribbon. Slide it up under there about halfway so that half sticks out the bottom and half the top. And then we are going to go in with our zip tie, and we're going to go underneath the bind wire, underneath the ribbons, and pull it out the other side. And this, we're going to start locking that, but we're not going to pull it tight just yet. We're not going to cinch it. We're going to go ahead and boss around our ribbons and get them like we want them for our bow. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the bottom. and pull one of those watercolor orange down and one up. And then our next is the Harlequin black and white pattern. We're going to take one down and one up on the left side, and same thing on the right, one down and one up. You could do this after you cinch it, but I find it just easier to do it as before that I cinch it. And then we're going to go in with our candy cane and pull one up and one down on each side. Left hand side, one down, one up. And then we're going to straighten up our top. Then we are going to slide our ribbon package out, and you notice that the zip tie is not quite centered, so we're just going to wiggle it down a little bit, compress it down, with our thumbs, pull the zip tie around back, make sure it's in the center, and then start cinching it as tight as you can. Then notice the back. I've got that piece of zip tie. Once I've determined I've pulled it as tight as I can, I'm going to cut that off because that's excess. And my bind wire is going to stay. I'm just going to tighten it around the zip tie so that I have something to attach to my wreath or whatever project I'm going to use. Then I take my ribbon and start fluffing and playing with it and make sure we really like it. But isn't that pretty? I just love it. I need to pull these extra tails I made down because our fair silk is expensive and we don't want to hide it, so let's make sure we showcase it. And so this is what we have, and we'll just continue to fluff it after we get it on a wreath or whatever project we decide to use it for. But isn't that pretty? I just love all those colors. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this bow making video, and let me know if you have any questions or that I can assist you in any way. Take care.